It's draft time. It's the Beat Jeff Erickson draft on the NFFC's RotoWire Online Championship. I'll be drafting from the 1.1 spot. I'll have my good friend Greg Ambrosius streaming with me. It's his show, after all, in a way. So we'll be doing that. All coming up next on the RotoWire Fantasy Football live stream. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the RotoWire Fantasy Football live stream and podcast if you're listening after the fact on this. But we are streaming live doing the Beat Jeff Erickson draft. First one of the year. I'll hopefully get another one in here. My first redraft NFFC draft of the year. I've done plenty of other drafts, done some best balls, but this is the first one of the online championship I'm doing. I've got Greg Ambrosius with me right now. And of course, everybody knows Greg. He runs the NFFC. He created the NFFC and the NFBC, this great game that we love to play. Greg, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, it's great to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, this is your first one. You're behind a lot of other guys who have been drafting since February, but you're heavy into baseball. So I understand.
I'm still drafting, I just haven't done an OC yet.
Yeah. Well, and you got the first pick, so it makes life easier there for you.
Yeah, it is. And that's the thing is, so firstly, Henry Muto was asking me, did I set my KDS? Mm-hmm. I did not. And it was purposeful. I just wanted to see what comes. I actually do like every pick in the first round a certain way. Yeah. I might not love 6, but aside, 6 or 7, I think the draft often starts at 7, and there's a little concern about Justin Jefferson right now with the hammy. Right. We'll see about that, but Henry asked that question. For me, I don't feel like I'm being trendy. I just went 1 through 12 and happened to get 1. I did notice we got a lot of regs in this draft, and they all seem to prefer the back end of the first round, and I kind of see why.
Yeah, a lot of people go on 1, 2, 3, and then 12, 11, 10, right? And I think you're absolutely right. 6 seems to be that spot that people don't want right now. I did the Beat Alan Seslowski live stream this afternoon. Jefferson went 4th, so whatever owner picked him 4 is not concerned with the injury, the hamstring. So, but yeah, I think people are going 1, 2, 3. Some even like top 4, if you will, maybe 5. But then they go to the back, 12, 11, especially with third round reversal. And I hope everybody knows that we've got third round reversal in the NFFC. So we go 1 to 12, 12 to 1, back to 12 to 1 to start round 3.
Yep, indeed. So. That's the trade-off. In other formats, I love being 1. This one, it's not. It's fine. I still get my guy, Jamar Chase. So I will be doing that. Newsflash there. Whoever, all y'all. I know that you're not going to be really. Your heart's not going to be broken because you knew you're drafting 2. Chase goes 1 in almost every draft. Anyhow, I know there are some where Gibbs or Saquon or Bijan.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's Bijan, not Bijan, but
is
Bijan.
Is that the pronunciation now? I didn't see
this week that he confirmed it's Bijan, and that we've been doing it wrong.
All right, so like Dijon. All right, like the mustard.
Not Dijon. No, it's Bijan.
Like Dijon, I said, like the mustard. Okay. Yeah. No. Honestly, those top 3 have been going pretty consistently right now. Chase, early in the draft, I should say early, maybe even 2 weeks ago. There were all kinds of Bengals stacks, right? It was Chase, and Burrow. Chase Brown is not going at 24 right now. I'd be surprised if he does with this group tonight, but there's still some Bengals stacks that you can get out there.
And rest assured, I'm going to just give away the store right now. If the Bengal stack is available to me, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I will happily take it. But I don't think it's going to happen. And the thing is, it's not actionable. If I give away my intentions, it's not like team 12, team 11, team 10 are going to take Chase Brown that early. If they are, it's not to stymie me. It's because they really like the player. So be it. There'll be others I can get. It might stymie me with Burrow at the 3-4 turn. But again, I've mapped this out. I'm no rookie. I know what happens here. So,
well, Chase Brown has been moving on up, and again in this afternoon's draft, he went 14th overall. And is this because they waived Zach Moss, and all of a sudden he's going to get more than 86% of the snaps? I don't know, but
it helps us narrow down our. It just helps us narrow down our handcuff. That's all it does.
Yeah,
that's what I like there. So we'll see. I'm sharing the draft board. You can see this here. I may have to. There it goes. There's the public draft board that you guys can see. Sorry, I can't make the font any bigger than that. It makes Greg and I tiny little specks in this earth. But
don't worry. Once the stickers get up there, we'll know who they are. And if not, we'll tell you who they are. So,
yeah. G-Man says, being a consensus number one like Chase is an official kiss of death. He will be a disappointment. I mean, naturally true, by the way. I mean, it is one of those things where, yes, that is what happens. Regression is the rule, not the anomaly there. So I get that there completely. I didn't shock the world, Greg. I did take Chase number one. No shock there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, we've seen number one not perform, right? Not even first round value, not only in football, but in baseball as well. Acuna last year, CMC last year. But listen, he's the best player in football right now in an offense that's going to put up a lot of points on a defense that's going to give up a lot of points, which means they're going to be throwing an awful lot. So
yeah,
if there's any question in that, Chase. Now, if you want to start with a running back, woohoo! Just because he changed his name to Dijon doesn't mean you have to pass on.
Bijan. Let's try this again. Bijan, not Bijan. Bijan.
Bijan. Okay, Bijan. Ooh.
You repeat it 4 times, you'll get it right.
That name change has affected his draft status. Look at that. He fell all the way to 4 of the third running back.
Yes, terrible. What a tragedy. And so that I'm using the RotoWire draft assistant, by the way, to track the draft. I'll show you guys a look of it every once in a while here. You can see what I'm seeing. But right now we're going to just leave it on the draft board there, but we'll see what happens with that.
We're here to sell products, folks. That's what we're here about today. We're here to sell products, RotoWire products, NFFC products. It's all available. Just go to Amazon.com. There you go.
Our man Billy Hayes is up right now. We all love Billy. You're sitting at 6, Greg. Are you taking Justin Jefferson right now, or do you have any pause for cause?
Well, I always say I hate drafting an already hurt player, right? But I think it's minor. He's not going to play in the preseason anyways. It's not like he doesn't know the offense. So, yes, I would probably take Justin Jefferson at 6.
And so it was written, so it came to pass. Justin Jefferson did go 1.6 there. No surprise. But
I mean, you hate to see hamstring injuries anytime, right? But they say it's minor. But, you know, CMC's injuries last year were supposed to be minor, and everyone kept taking him at number 1. There he goes, moving on up.
Well, and certain teams I will distrust more than others. I distrust them all, but some have earned extra distrust, and the Niners are certainly one of those.
Yeah. I mean, McCarthy is really moving up. He was certainly at the turn. His ADP the last 2 weeks is 12, I believe it is. Yes. No, even 14 in the last 2 weeks is 14. So he's moving on up into the first round now.
Yeah, I actually have him at 8 in my rankings. So there you go. I mean, I've kind of come around on that one there. I have neighbors ahead of them, but I mean, that's just how you choose to draft, whether you want the running back or the wide receiver. And that's fine by me. Right. Duke Viveros, is in this draft. I won't say which team he is. I almost did reveal something there, but I think I'm good. But we have a lot of vets, a lot of regs in this draft.
Yes, you do.
Billy Waz, Duke, Billy Hayes, Robert Goldman. These are all names. The gang's back together, basically.
Yeah, and some of these guys are drafted multiple times a night, and they've been drafted an awful lot. And,
it's like poker, multi-tabling. I'm going up against the pros tonight, that's for sure. Yeah.
No, and it's fun. I mean, now that we're going to see football tomorrow, this is going to really start to take off. But it's been fun up to this point. We were talking about this last night on a live stream. Either team 11 or 12 seems to start out with 3 wide receivers. And today, Allen had the 12th pick, and he started out 2 wide receivers, and then Bowers fell to him there. So he started with 3 pass catchers. It just seems like that back end, especially with these running backs moving on up into the first round. Achon and CMC were not in the first round a couple weeks ago, and now they're jumping in there. So 6 running backs in the first 11 picks is starting to be the trend.
Yep. Neighbors has had a bunch of nagging injuries. Henry points this out there. Hasn't really affected his ADP lately. Hasn't affected it. Not today. It didn't affect it today. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds like he's going to get like 200 targets. So that's why people are high on him. I think Russ is going to target him an awful lot. So I have no problem with him as well. He's got like 2 different injuries, doesn't he? So
he's dealing with the toe.
Yeah.
The toe is the one he's going to manage, but this one that happened this week was a little different one. You know what though? He was dealing with those last year, and it didn't seem to hurt. It didn't. Yeah. He had Daniel Jones and Drew Lock throwing him the ball, for my goodness sake. So
right.
It didn't seem to hurt him that much.
Yeah. Bucky Irving going ahead of Derrick Henry. This is the second straight draft, and it was actually in the exact same spot as it was with Allen's. So Bucky Irving going ahead of Henry. That's Henry dropping to 17 is not a bad bargain for team 8 there.
I was just going to say, I would like to have Derrick Henry fall to me at that spot too.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly good with that situation here.
Yeah.
So how many RotoWire Online Championships are we into so far? Where are we at now?
I think we're close to 80 and we're shooting for about 400. I think we're like 395 prices are based on. So we got a lot of work yet, but I mean, this is what happens every year. So it's good to have 80 of them in the books, and we got good ADPs right now with that.
Chase Brown just went off the board. Disappointing, but not surprising. Kind of knew that might happen. I would have liked to have paired him up, just gone full Bengals stack there. They always say never go full Bengals, but you know what? I'm going to anyhow if that was the case there. But I won't push. I probably won't push T up unless a couple of players that I really have targeted here go next. We'll see about that. But the problem is I know T won't be there, on the 3-4 turn. So
here's what I will say. There are many teams that have done the Chase Burrow Chase stack. And so
that's what I was hoping for myself. And I know it's not even that special, but
it's not unique anymore. Yeah, it's not special. So I actually think, you have a chance to separate yourself, even if you do go for the combo with Chase and Burrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get my guy that I really wanted as my pivot, at least. I really, really wanted Josh Jacobs in this spot. And once Chase Brown was gone, I think the volume remains the same. We saw Marshawn Lloyd already get hurt in a non-contact injury this week. I believe in Jacobs' talent. I think the team will even be better offensively this year. I'm very, very content taking him as a pivot here. And the thing is, when you start off with Jamar Chase, and then you have to wait another 12 picks after this one, I didn't want to wait to see what running back would be there for me at 36 for my first running back. So this gives me options now.
Yeah, 11 running backs in the first 2 rounds. They start flying off here pretty early. You're talking to a Packers fan. So Jacobs, I agree, is going to be very good. The Marshawn Lloyd one, I mean, actually he got hit by Hobbs and he kind of landed funny. And so he kind of tweaked his groin. Shit happens sometimes. I think he'll be fine, but
he can't stay on the field. That's the problem though. It's kind of carries over from last year. And there's, to me, I only view him as the backup to get. I don't view him as a timeshare threat. I view him more as just the backup. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, LaFleur has a history, right, of not overusing his back, although last year he had no choice. But Aaron Jones, he certainly used a second back all the time. Emmanuel Wilson was very good last year, and I don't doubt that he trusts him more. All right, here we go. I talked about the back end of the draft. Somebody always seems to go 3 wide receivers. That's team 10 this time. And can't argue with Brian Thomas falling to the 2nd round, McConkey falling to the 3rd round. You don't see that very often in our drafts.
Well, I might be partially to blame for that, aren't I? I passed on him there, but
but people have been saying, "Oh, he's so small, he can't stay healthy." Blah blah blah. They're going to run. He's not even going to get that many. I mean, McConkey's going to get his targets, and Herbert's going to look at him, and he just seems like one of those guys that can take the hits and keep on going. So I have no problem. I'm sure Team 10 has no problem taking him in round 3.
I don't mind, and I don't mind the pick, to be clear, especially because, I mean, they already lost Mike Williams. Who knows what they're going to get, out of the rookie, out of Ole Miss Trey Harris there.
Yeah.
Let alone Quentin Johnson. I mean, the fact is the Chargers need Harris to be something because their passing game is kind of lacking. They didn't dip into that rich tight end pool in the draft either, which I was kind of surprised at.
Yeah, and Trey Harris was barely going when there was the holdout, all these 2nd rounders. I think people got scared off. I'm not quite sure. He's certainly going now. I can't remember. I'll look up his ADP here in a little bit, but I think he's been going top 110, 100 the last couple of drafts. So
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, our first quarterback off the board.
Yeah, and it's not Allen. It's Lamar. I expect Allen to go in short order here. Maybe even Jaden Daniels. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, and
there he goes, Jaden Daniels.
Good call there. Good call.
Yeah.
Jackson has been going first overall. I mean, early on, Allen was going ahead of him, but certainly the last 2 weeks, it's been Jackson over Allen.
Yep. Devontae Adams. Okay, so Matthew Stafford's got the back issue. Does this change your outlook on Adams? Does it change your outlook on Puka Nacua, on the Rams generally? Because I'm a little concerned, I got to admit.
I know, but he always shows up every game, so he doesn't practice, and he's a veteran. He's a gamer, so no, I'm not going to be worried about that. I'm keeping Puka where he is. He's going to get volume, and I think Adams is going to have a really good year. Sean McVay will know how to game plan and get him in there. So, no, it does not.
I'm a little disappointed in that I really would have liked to have Kittle there, but I got two players I really like instead. I'm going to take Joe Burrow. I'll pair him with I'll pair him with Jamar Chase. Mini stack, at least.
Yes, that's a stack, definitely.
And then explain this to me like I'm 7. Why is Breece Hall slipping to me at pick 4.1? Because I love that pick. I think I'm as happy as a clam with that pick.
Oh, how happy are clams? Yeah. No, that's fine. And now you got your 2 running backs right now. You're kind of going hero wide receiver here. You got your one wide receiver and then banging the other ones here.
Yeah.
Hall, what is his ADP here in the last couple of weeks? Let me just take a look. Yeah, 32. So, he's going in the 3rd round. You got him first pick of the 4th round.
So you got a mobile quarterback that opens up the rushing lanes. You added an elite right tackle in the 1st round of the draft.
Yeah.
You don't have Aaron Rodgers there.
Correct.
The ultimate drag on a player's production these days. By the way, I passed on Josh Allen for Burrow. That is a little crazy, but if I am going to draft a quarterback there at all, Allen just went next pick, but not really, because it's all about correlation. But with Breece Hall, I love him this year. I'm not really worried about Braylon Allen. I'm not really worried about the Jets offense being as bad as it was last year. I think it's going to be better. I think a lot of things are going to get fixed with this team.
Oh, I agree. I think it's going to be better this year too. And that doesn't mean Fields is better than Rodgers, but it just was a totally different offense with Rodgers last year. A lot of dump off passes for him. He's trying to get his numbers. Then once Devontae Adams came, well, he's got to feed him an awful lot, right? Breece Hall was like the 3rd overall pick last year. So the talent hasn't changed at all. You've gotten yourself a hell of a player. If they use him right this year, he'll be fine. I do think Braylon Allen is going to be a factor this year. But that just means they're using 2 running backs more. That's all. Mm-hmm. So
exactly. I like Allen too. I like him a little bit better than Kyron, who also slipped in this draft. You start to get into James Cook and Kenneth Walker, and you're straddling the running back dead zone. I didn't want to wait another pair of picks to get my next running back.
Right.
I like the receivers at 5-6 a lot better than I like the running backs. When I was mapping this out, I used RotoWire's mock draft simulator with this league settings earlier this morning, and I kind of stumbled. I went a little bit of a different route. Maybe the running backs that were available to me were a little bit different, and I was mapping it out, and I just I didn't really want to take the running backs that are available to me later. So I think I like some of the receivers that are slipping instead. So we'll see how that plays out.
We'll see who comes at your turn there. A lot of those rookie running backs are right there at that 5-6 turn, round 6. There's a lot of those rookie running backs. If you're in on them, you can see that as value. We're not talking enough about Team 4, which is a pretty interesting build right now. And I actually don't have the names in front of me, so I don't know who it is. But you don't see 2 tight ends go in the first 3 rounds to somebody.
Whoa. No, I didn't even notice that. That's wild.
McBride and Kittle, and now you got Robinson and Cook. So it's an interesting build here.
Yeah, and it's funny because I did primetime in person in Vegas last year, and you can do it as a slow draft this year, folks, if you want.
Yes.
Just a little plug for you guys. But the team next to me did the double tight end thing.
Really? Yeah.
It did not work out. One of those was an early Dalton Kincaid, so that just tells you how it went for him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it can't work out, but at the same time, I don't think it's something I like.
Well, I mean, that's your flex position, right? Like he's not going to take a 3rd running back anytime soon because Kittle is his flex position. So you it's like drafting a DH early, right? It can work. And, McBride could have 100 receptions. Kittle could have a lot of receptions as well. It could be the number 1 receiver there. So it's like getting 2 wide receiver ones. But one of them's a DH, so he's in your DH spot or utility spot.
I love Kittle too, by the way. He would have been high on my list of choices. However, it's at that 3-4 turn, but I probably wouldn't have gone elsewhere. But just because of where I was drafting and who I was, knowing that I'm locking in Burrow at one of those spots, that makes it a little bit harder to click that button there on Kittle.
Right.
And if I'm going Kittle, then I'm not going Burrow. I'm not going to go early on both of those positions. I'm only going to go on one of the two, if any.
Yeah. I mean, Allen took Bowers at 3-1, and he felt like he was hamstrung the rest of the, like he felt he was short on a wide receiver, short on a running back, and that happens sometimes. And I've done these live streams a lot of times, and the guy takes a tight end, and I ask, how does it feel? Because it's kind of like taking a catcher early in baseball, and then you kind of feel like you're missing out on starting pitchers or speed, right? And so I think that's kind of how it feels sometimes. I've got to ask Team 4 how it feels having two tight ends. Do you feel like you missed anything? But wide receivers are deep, so he's got plenty of time to throw some yellow stickers up there for sure.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley was one of them that just went, and he's a target for me. I would have been interested in him if it made it down to me there. In fact, many of my drafts, he does make it to you.
Yeah.
So I would have gone that route. However,
he's not going at 60 anymore. I can tell you that. I mean, we've been watching him the last couple of weeks. He was going first pick around 6, right at the end of round 5 at pick 60. This is where he's gone two times in a row today. And he's going to go into the 4th round here as we get to Las Vegas. I just think you're going to see more of the Cam Ward and him getting a good connection. So no question he's going to move up 4 more spots and get into that 4th round.
For sure.
An interesting build by Team 10 again. 4 wide receivers, and he's got his quarterback Hurts. If I know this owner very well, he loves this start.
Yeah, I like this. I've done that before.
Yep.
I prefer running back hero to running back 0 for
Me
what
too.
it's worth.
Me too.
But it doesn't mean, but I think it might be a good year to do running back 0. And with all these job battles, you were mentioning all these rookies, which also means all these veterans that are slipping. You can kind of fashion out some platoons. You can find some ways to make this all work. And, I think this is one way to kind of look at it there. So I think that's kind of cool. I like that build.
Yeah, I talk about hero running back. That's what I like myself. If I were like Team 2, where you just get Barkley and then you just bang away the wide receiver, you got the number 1 quarterback. He feels probably so. I would not doubt if he just keeps banging wide receivers here and goes hero running back for Team 2. But I don't see as much 0 running back in the NFFC. Maybe 1 team per draft, but it definitely can work. And Team 10, I'm sure, has got two running backs he knows he's going to be targeting here pretty soon.
Indeed. I am on deck. Team 2 is going to make this pick here. We'll see what they do. I've where I'm going. It should be pretty evident if you just look at my.
I would think so. I
already have. I mean, I guess I could add a 3rd running back at flex, but I'm not going to. I'll just tell you that much. It would, because the highest ADP guy is obviously Joe Mixon, who's hurt. I'm not taking a quarterback, obviously. I'm not going to take a tight end and a quarterback early unless I get ridiculous value, and we're not there yet. So
bang those yellow stickers in.
Yep. And unfortunately, my first choice was Pickens. So that was a good, nice selection there.
Yeah.
Maybe I should probably not say what I'm taking before he's about to take, but
I think he knew what he was doing there. Like I said, you can see this is a hero running back build by Team 2.
Yes, for sure. All right. So I'm taking Devonta Smith for sure. That one I felt pretty good about all along. Now it's a question of my second wide receiver, because I could go a couple of different routes, but I think I'm going to go a little maybe off script here from what people might be doing. I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. I think he's Nick Whalen and I have been talking a lot about him. I think there's just going to be a ton of targets going his way this year. And I trust him better than maybe one of the top receivers on another team that's hanging out towards the top of the ADP list.
Well, you didn't take him. You took Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, I clicked the wrong guy. Well, I guess. Okay. That was a mistake, but that's okay. That's what happened. That's what you get for talking and drafting at the same time.
You can hit the help button. You can hit the help button.
Nah, I'll live with it. Judy's not going to kill me. I mean, it was in my list.
Amateur
hour. This is why. Yeah. This is if I'm not talking and drafting at the same time, I don't make this mistake probably.
That's okay.
I'm also charging my mouse, so I'm using my touchpad. So I've got all the excuses lined up, my friend.
You had plenty of time to hit that one. Pickens would look better on your roster there, but no.
Pickens was my top choice. He would have definitely gone by me there. So it goes. But here, let's talk about Jerry Jeudy for a second there, because he broke out last year under Jameis.
Yeah.
I think he'll do okay with Flacco. I don't really want to live in a world where it's Gabriel or Sanders.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think Flacco would target him, veteran quarterback and such like that. But I mean, he was so good at the end of last year. There's no reason not to be able to get as many targets, except for if Shedeur is a quarterback and he's rookie scared, and Gabriel's a quarterback and he's rookie scared. But I think Flacco is going to be out of the gate. So, yeah, I have no problem with that pick either. I mean, Jacoby Myers, no question. Alan took him this morning, and we talked about him there. So good last year, and the volume is just going to continue, I think. So, there he goes, the team 4.
Yep. Amazing blunder by me. It's okay. I'll live with it. It's
all right. Here comes some of these rookie running backs. Travian Henderson now goes to team 6. So, like I say, this can be an interesting round in 6 and 7 with these running backs flying off the board.
Yep, indeed. Yeah. So now I'm at 1, 2, and 3 so far for my build. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it gives me a lot of flexibility for what I do next. And here we go with this run that you were talking about.
Correct. Right. These rookie running backs, they're in this area. Some guys are higher on Caleb Johnson. I like him an awful lot myself. I think in Pittsburgh they're going to run the rock with him, and Rodgers is going to be a manager this year. I really think so.
God, I'm such a hater. I want this to implode in such a bad way with Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I mean, part of it is I hate. I'm a Bengals fan, so I want the worst for the Steelers. They've been so stable for so long, and he is the perfect stabilizing agent here. That I'd love to see it, because can you see Tomlin putting up with this sort of crap? I can't, unless he reverts to playing really well and making it worth it. But it's been a long time since he's been worth it.
Oh, absolutely. He's been terrible the last 3 years. I mean, he was bad in Green Bay in 22, just really bad. And you can blame the thumb all he wants, but he hasn't gotten any better. No, I think he's more of a game manager right now, and I think they want to win with defense yet. I think they want to run the ball. So Can he suck it up and be the game manager? We'll see. He seems like he's got utmost respect for Tomlin. So there's Team 10 takes his RB1 with David Montgomery.
Yep, and there goes Travis Hunter. This has been a pretty calm, room here in terms of Travis Hunter. I've seen him go earlier, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but he early 6th round, end of round 5 is where I've seen him going. So you're right. We have held back. The one that got jumped up is Igbuka. I mean, he is really rising up.
Yeah.
Maybe a week ago, Godwin was going before him. Then we heard about the second ankle surgery, right? So Igbuka is really shooting on up. This is pretty high for him in the 6th round.
For sure. Juwan Jennings just went. Interesting with him because, I going into draft season, I was pretty enthusiastic about taking him first among Niners wide receivers. Howsoever, he's unhappy with his contract. He's got the calf injury, which may or may not be a real injury. But he's incredibly underpaid. Tutu Atwell's making more money than Jennings this year. Yeah, I understand, but you know what? Yeah, you outperformed your contract. Go get another contract this year is the way I look at it there. I mean, we'll see what happens with that, but I think they'll probably get it worked out eventually. I like the skills he has.
Yeah,
but he's also not a deep guy. He's also a guy that is, a third down conversion sort of guy, not necessarily always the best fantasy type of player. You're counting on the volume with him.
Yeah, and he can have big games, right? Like he can score multiple touchdowns in a game. So
yeah,
there's a lot to like about Jennings. I'm with you. I'm not so sure the 49ers renegotiate or give him a new contract. I mean, they got enough right now to deal with, and they're paying a lot of guys. And you're absolutely right. He's outperformed his contract, but if I'm not mistaken, he's got a couple of years left on that contract.
I think he's done after this year.
Oh, is he?
Just a 2-year, $15 million deal. If I'm not
okay. Well,
there might be some options in there for the team that make it longer, though. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, be very interesting. Wow, Laporta falling to round 7. That's a good get again for Team 10 there.
Well, that's the thing. So here's the thing about Laporta. It's like I don't want to draft in the middle tight end rounds, but at some point they cease to become, an overdraft. They become more of a market. They become a value. And Laporta usually goes somewhere in the 60s. So you got a round discount there for him.
Without a doubt. And as a guy who was going second round last year, and I know he was hurt, last year, and they spread the ball around, but my goodness, I'm in on him. I was in an auction league with Tom, and he's my tight end. I just kind of targeted him. I think there's so much upside there. Getting him in round 7 or getting him for $12, $13 in an auction, my goodness, I think there's a lot of value there. So very good. On Team 10, certainly was thinking, I'm taking running back here. I got the 0 RB going. Well, you can't pass up Laporta. I'm positive he is shocked that he was there for him.
He may have been targeting him all along. People think that. The 0 RB means you're strong everywhere else, right?
Yep.
So he's strong. He's strong there. He gets a stronger player at that position. Interesting cross section of the draft right now. Like, what do you do? Now, do you take the discounted rate on Chris Godwin? That he's like the highest rated receiver, highest ADP receiver on the board. Yeah. We got a couple of those type of players coming up here. Joe Mixon's hanging around. I don't know what to do with him just yet. But especially because there's no specific timeline on these guys. I will say my target in this round was Khalil Shakir. I'm a little disappointed he went. That was definitely the guy I wanted in that spot. So we'll go elsewhere. But that's okay. Bo Nix just went. What do you think about Bo Nix this year?
He was so good last year. And I mean, Shane Payton offense, he's got a few more weapons now with Harvey there. So I don't think there's anything wrong there at all. When he rushed for like 432 yards or something last year. So he's got the legs, he's got the arm, he's in the good offense. I'm a believer on Nix, no doubt.
All right. It is my turn for 2 of these here.
I will say one thing, though, that he went ahead of one other quarterback that usually goes right where Mahomes goes. So very interesting that he's still out there as well.
Yep, exactly. And that other quarterback seems to be slipping a little bit more often in places. I've been saying all along, I don't like shopping in the middle tier of tight ends. And here I am. The top player on my board is a tight end. So I'm such a liar. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to take TJ Hawkinson here for the first pick. Yep. I kind of feel like there is a decent amount of value for the pick there. I think the volume is going to be there. It is a leap of faith when it comes to dealing with the quarterback situation there with JJ McCarthy. But there you go. Next pick. Now this is the other tricky one here. I only have 3 receivers right now.
All right, well, pick the right one this time, would you?
My God, such a doofus that I was there. But all right, the guy I like, I think a lot of people like. I don't like the quarterback again, but I'm going to go with it anyhow, and that is Josh Downs. I just think he can play with any quarterback. Yeah. I worry, of course, whether it's Richardson or Jones. I'm not sure who I want more to win that job. I think it's Richardson, and I'm just betting on talent here. It's a very crowded pass catching room, and I'm not really doing a good job of selling this pick, but I just like him.
Well, our guys are high on Josh Downs. I'm not sure who's going to be the quarterback. I think the Colts want it to be Richardson, right? They want him to take a step up this year. He just said he's working on his footwork and he's learning an awful lot. I almost think Daniel Jones would be the better quarterback in this situation for Downs, Pittman, if he's healthy, and Warren, myself. I wouldn't mind seeing him start out.
So that's one of the things that's kind of pushing Downs my favorite. It might be nothing. It might just be a quote unquote camp injury. Yeah. I think that was the phrase that was used for Zay Flowers today by John Harbaugh saying, just a training camp injury. I'm not sure what that means, but it was a way to try to be dismissive about it at least.
Yeah. So Pittman's got the groin. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Happened yesterday.
Yeah. No, I knew he had a little something yesterday. So,
and the thing is, like with Pittman, I mean, he's now like he's going in he's going over pick 100, maybe
right
20 now. Yeah. You can get him pretty late in a lot of places.
Yes. He's definitely been going 9 or 10, around 9 or 10. The Hawkinson pick is a good one. He's been going after Laporta. They've been going pretty close to each other. Mm-hmm. He surprised the hell out of me. He tore that ACL in January. I think it was like January 1st. And for him to come back last year and to be as good as he was blew me away. I mean, he was back after 9-10 months after the ACL. So he looked good. Again, it depends how he hooks up with JJ McCarthy, but reports are that JJ McCarthy looks good. So we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, reports this time of year are taken with the appropriate metric ton of salt.
They're all looking good. They're all in the best shape of their lives.
If someone looks bad, I'll pay attention to that. If someone's hurt, I'll pay attention to that.
Well, okay, I'll throw one out there then, because there have been mixed reviews on the Bears. Caleb Williams, right? Like he's had trouble digesting everything. Yesterday, Albert Brewer said maybe they're giving him too much. He's getting overloaded. So you don't hear a lot of this in camp that, boy, he's struggling so far. Well, we're hearing that on the Bears situation. And there's a lot of people in on the Bears this year and in on Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. But let's say it takes a while for him to get used to Ben's offense, right?
Yeah. And that's certainly a plausible situation there too.
Yeah.
A guy that is not good at eluding the pass rush is another thing that concerns me. Now, the Bears have revamped their offensive line. It is early. It is a whole new system.
Correct.
It may take a little bit of time. It's still one of those things where it might be just early enough, but yeah, negative news moves the needle for sure.
There you go. There's negative news. All right. We got team 3, who's got a hook up here with Rashee Rice, who went in the 5th. We didn't talk about him, but end of the 5th this morning, he went in the 5th round as well. So that's where he's going. But we got Mahomes, Kelsey, and Rashee Rice for team 3 for hookups.
Yeah. That's and see, I'm glad you're there pointing that sort of stuff out, because I'm really not good at paying attention to what other teams are doing. Because I'm just going to draft my team. I'm not going to try to thwart another team.
Right.
You know, I think in baseball, it matters more, but A, I'm on the end anyhow. Yeah. I just need to get my guys. But and B, in football, yeah, you can see like, okay, this guy's already got a quarterback. If you're sitting at 2 or 3 or at 10 or 11, and you can look on the end there and see, okay, are they going to take a quarterback here, or could I wait till the turn? I think that's definitely within the realm of outcomes there, but I don't think you should really be doing that otherwise. Like, especially in my spot there, I'm just got to take what I got to take.
No, absolutely.
I'm going to have to reach.
All right. I kind of missed out on number 3. He also has Pacheco. So his last 4 picks have been Chiefs: Rice, Mahomes, Pacheco, and Kelsey. You don't see
What's
that.
Your ideal stack size? If you're building a stack, how many players in that stack do you want?
Well, I think 3 is what I would want, but I mean, he's got 1 from each position. Rice may be sitting on the bench for a while, but listen, Pacheco, if healthy, could be great. Can Kelsey come back? I'm not against it. I think he could still have a good year. So I have no problems with this stack for sure. But 4, boy, I don't see too many 4-player stacks. Like I said, we saw Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, and Burrow. We didn't see many teams going after T. Higgins at that point, right? Like 3 was enough for me. I'm good with those 3. But we got 4 there. Team 5, Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix. So we got a few stacks here. Team 6, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. So team 7, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
I mean, correlation's important. You have an overall contest. I get that. And, you know, correlating something that others aren't doing is probably important too. Yep. I think that's a good part of it there. So I get behind every single one of these stacks. I think it makes sense, but you know, it's just, you know, and that's why I asked about the 4-player stack. I mean, I'll say this, the Chiefs, there's been some buzz that, hey, the Chiefs are back. Mahomes is going to be back. He's going to be the Mahomes that we haven't seen the last 2 years. If that's the case, then 4 players on the team, on that team you want. 4 players on the Bengals. Why wouldn't you want that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, same with the Bucks. I mean, the Bengals and the Bucks have probably been the most stacks that we've seen.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs stack is so affordable this year. Why not? Right? Like in the past, it would have been Mahomes and Kelsey would have been first round, second round, right? Kelsey in the first and Mahomes in the second. So team 11 also getting in on the action there with Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. So, and there goes Baker. I mean, listen, Baker usually goes right around where Mahomes goes. And so to go behind Nix and Caleb Williams, that's a hell of a bargain for team 9 right there.
It is. And quarterbacks, here's the thing with me with quarterbacks, Greg. If I don't get one of the top 4, top 5, I'm going to wait forever. So that means I'm not getting Mahomes, Nix, or Baker that often.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams went before Baker Mayfield in this draft.
Yeah. Well, again, I think it's more of the stack than anything else. But look at the team 9 now. He's sitting there with Bucky Irving, and he's got Igbuka. And then there Mayfield falls to him. I mean, he wasn't trying to get that stack, or he would have taken him ahead of Brian Robinson. But Mayfield falls to him in round 9, and he's like, what the heck? I got myself a Buck stack, which is, again, you're looking for Bucks, Bengals, possibly Chiefs right now.
And one of the things that, here I am saying I didn't want to take an early enough tight end and an early quarterback, and then I did anyhow because I'm a liar, apparently. The running backs and wide receivers are a little bit more picked over than they would be in other drafts right now. The fact that Baker lasted as long as he did, that's not good for me. Yep. That's not good for me at all. That means someone's going to, someone got the windfall on that position there, and that's a little disappointing. So to the point where I'm getting bummed out about missing out on J.K. Dobbins, for instance, there.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you have your 2 running backs right now. Going to need some depth at that position pretty soon, for sure.
For sure. It's okay. And I've got 4 receivers and I've got 2 backs so far. That's the trade-off for getting that. So the other thing, so I just know I'm going to wait on my second QB and second tight end. If I even take a second tight end. We'll see about that.
Yeah. Scatabo, we're talking about the rookie running backs, goes at the end of round 8. He's kind of been moving up a little bit more since camp opened up. Tootin goes to team 11 and round 9. Another rookie running back that's getting a little love, a little helium. So interesting times with these rookie running backs. I like watching where they go after round 6.
Couple of tight ends in a row. Happy to see that right now. Definitely. Definitely one of those where it's like, okay, well, that's good because I just took one. So that's one less of something that I'm looking for getting snatched away from me.
And listen, I like Kraft, but if I've got Bowers already, I'm not sure that I need to back him up with Kraft. I mean, you can never have enough good players, no doubt about that. But sometimes when you take Bowers early, you kind of just wait on your next tight end.
Yeah. Jared Goff goes off in your contest. Jared Goff over 40 touchdowns last year, 6 points for a passing touchdown. Gotta like getting him as QB 10.
He was solid last year. Yeah. I had him in a best ball league, and I mean, I just couldn't believe how many times he could. I had him and Nix, and Kyler Murray was my first quarterback. I'm not sure Kyler even scored for me all last year. It was just Nix and Goff filling in every week.
Yep. So
what you thinking about over here on the turn?
I'm thinking I'm not going to speak it into existence this time. I'm just going to let the guy take in front of me, and then I'll tell you. But and it has nothing to do with superstition or anything like that. Ramondre Stevenson just went. He's solid enough. It wasn't going to be. That's the position I was looking at, but not the guy. Okay, so I'm going to be that guy. He's fallen way too far. I'm going to take Joe Mixon now, and I'm making sure that it's actually Joe Mixon that I'm clicking on. We're talking the 9-10 turn here now. I'll back him up with someone else there. And let's go with a truly explosive pick next and take Najee Harris.
Najee, all right. Truly explosive. Only you would say that.
I have an eye for talent.
My goodness. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, Mixon, that's your third running back, right? That's a good gamble. He certainly could be ready by week 1 or ready for the season. So that's at this point right now, with not as much information as we have, I think it's good. Najee's the same thing, right? I mean, we really don't know much about his eye injury, but boy, he could be in a split backfield there. They can't let the rookie have 300 touches, I don't think so. I think those are 2 good picks, I think.
I hope so. They're not sexy at all, but yeah, they're necessary. Is kind of the way I look at it. They were necessary. Some younger guys later on, right. The ones that we're not sure have jobs.
Right.
That's like Ray Davis went immediately after, and I like Ray Davis. And if I had James Cook, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Team 2 already had James Cook already, so that might. Nope, he didn't. I am wrong about that.
Yep.
But Cook, if I had Cook, I'd back him with Davis.
I would too.
Sure.
I would too. Tom was in the FSG draft. That's a 14-teamer, and he took Cook. Yeah, it's tough. He took Cook, and then he passed on Davis later on. I said, "Why didn't you take it?" Oh, he goes, "I don't need to with Cook." I'm thinking, "Gee whiz, I
he's the biggest Cook advocate of all time."
I know he is.
And in fact, he's going to yell at me because I took Breece Hall over Cook, but no, I don't have any regrets on that.
No, I don't have any regrets either. I would take Hall over Cook myself. I mean, yes, he's disgruntled right now, Cook, but I'm not quite sure why Tom is so high on him. But again, I just think Ray Davis is a perfect handcuff for him. So, and 14 teams and 16 rounds, you don't have as many positions, but I still think I would have handcuffed him if I would have been his partner in that FSG league.
So the highest player available according to ADP is one that's artificially there, and it's just hovering around like a stale fart. And that's Quinshon Judkins. I have no idea what to do with him this year. So, like everybody, I'm just passing on him right now.
Well, for one thing, he's not signed, right? He's
right. He's not even
there.
Yeah. I mean, there is a non-zero chance he never plays it down in this league.
It's possible, right? I mean, what are they going to pay him right now when they don't even know if he's going to be able to play? I liked him. I liked him so much, and I didn't have any drafts before this happened, but I would have been all in on him. I thought at Ohio State he was just so freaking good, and at the Browns, there's nobody else. What, Jerome Ford? Are you kidding me? So I really loved him, but this is a terrible situation.
Ford and Sampson, and it's just the Browns, just utter disaster of an offense. Period. Too. That's says the guy that has Jerry Jeudy on his team, but whatever.
All right, Henry's got a good comment in the comment section there.
All right, combine Mixon's eyes with Najee's feet, and you got yourself a heck of a back. Yeah, we'll Frankenback this one here. I like that idea. Let's go.
That's a good one, Henry.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm going to take off the grid for just 1 second. I'm going to show you the draft tool that I'm using around the RotoWire Draft Assistant, and you can see just the screen that I'm using here. It's pretty cool stuff here. We've revamped everything this year, and you can just see, like, first of all, you got the running picks here. You can see, and I kind of put some guys. I changed things up in terms of like my upside tolerance, my risk tolerance. There, I put some guys I wanted to avoid. Nice. You can see the draft board like this. You can see where we're at like that. If you want to go and look at, if you're going to go back, you can see various things in terms, if you want to look by position, or you can do best by position. You can do likely gone. If you're looking at ADP, you're looking at, who's been drafted the most. You want to look at highest upside or safety by position. Nice. You can kind of go a couple different ways. Hey, and even rookies, if you're one of those guys that really loves rookies as well. So yeah. I like using it. I'm getting used to where everything is still, because it's a little bit different than our old tool, but I'm really happy with it right now. So hope everybody enjoys checking it out. Go check it out yourself. If you want to go ahead and go to rotowire.com, use promo code YouTube15, you get 15% off any RotoWire subscription. You can check it out for yourself. Let's go back and pull up the draft board. You can see where everybody is at right now. And we can see here and thanks to Greg and Tom for putting this publicly available draft board. Since we last spoke, we saw Tyler Warren, Tank Bigsby, Jake Ferguson, Keon Coleman, and Jadon Blue go. We've seen 2 Cowboy running backs. Tyler Warren, I think we've spent some time talking about him before. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, this is an interesting run here. I mean, you got some rookies like Tyler Warren and Jaden Blue. I like this Jaden Blue pick an awful lot. Tyler Warren, he's backed up by Andrew, so he's a tight end 2 on this team. But again, depending on the quarterback, I think Daniel Jones would probably dump off to the tight end more than Richardson would. So I'm curious, but Warren, heck of an athlete, heck of a player. They're even talking about maybe he's going to line up in the backfield once in a while. So what a great talent he was at Penn State. Like him an awful lot. But again, real interesting round here. Tank Bigsby, like that pick. There's good reports out of camp on how he's looking. Keon Coleman, good reports out of camp. Again, everybody's looking good, right? But I do think Keon Coleman is going to take a step up. And then Jaden Blue, I mean, somebody in the Dallas organization put that out there that he was unprepared, undisciplined, wasn't taking things serious.
And it was a former coach. It's not even a current coach, too. That's the funny thing about that.
Yep, and it's interesting. I got him in a draft like a day before this all came out, or in an auction. I bet like $2. I'm like, oh, Jesus, is he really that bad of a player? I loved him at Texas. And now I'm hearing good reports. Today he had a nice run, they said. So this is an interesting round here, again, with Warren, Bigsby, Coleman, and Blue. I like that string of picks right there.
Our friend Uncle Ted is a Dallas area guy, and he always says that the Cowboys love themselves, their drama every year, and the Blue thing was a perfect example of that. Much ado about nothing. He might be right about that there.
I think he might be right about that, but that Dallas running back situation is wide open, right? Like Blue's not going to be the every down back or anything like that, but let's think about where Bucky Irving was last year at this time, right? I mean, he was behind Rachaad White and others, and all of a sudden he gets a couple of good runs, and you're like, whoa, that guy should get more carries. I could see Jaden Blue getting in there, breaking off a couple of big runs, just like he did at Texas, and suddenly Cowboy Nation is asking for him to get more carries. So I like that pick by Team 11.
Yeah, I do too. I think it, yeah, I do. And I don't mind his Luther Burden pick on the way back there, even though he got yelled at practice yesterday and kicked out of the huddle, like out of the play for a little bit there. So he says he wasn't lining up in the right spot or something. Remember, he missed time because of a little injury he was dealing with in minicamp. So I think he's a little bit behind, but that's a lot of rookies are like that right now.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're looking at teams that don't have a quarterback. Team 12 doesn't have a quarterback right now. Team 8 didn't. Took Kyler Murray. Prescott was the number 2 quarterback on Team 9. He's got 2 good quarterbacks there with Mayfield and Prescott. But then we also have Team 4 doesn't have a quarterback right now. So there he goes with Justin Fields.
Yep.
Speak him into existence.
Yes, again. Yeah, you're good at doing that. I'm usually pretty good at doing that. I just clicked a guy to put in my queue, and of course he goes right after that and marks him. So I've got that skill set as well. Justin Fields had the toe thing early on. He's practicing though. Very interesting. I'm kind of counting on him unlocking Breece Hall a little bit and Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson. He went early in this draft. Didn't get a chance at him in the second round. So be it. But you can't have everybody that that you want there. Rashad Bateman just got taken. A couple of my wide receiver targets that I was looking at are kind of going off the boards there. So be it. It happens. But this is a spot in the draft where you're still debating, like, okay, have a job versus going for upside, and that's always kind of a debate.
Yeah, I mean, you're picking reserves right now, right? Like you're picking depth, and that's the thing. People need to realize, I mean, we have 10 starters each week, but you got 10 reserves. And those 10 reserves are important because, like Jeff said, you want a backup, but you also want an upside guy. Like when you're taking your 5th running back or 5th wide receiver, you want this guy to bust out at some point during the season. So 2 important picks here for Jeff, I think.
Yes. Will I blow it?
Don't screw it up this time.
Okay. Definitely making sure I click the right player. Boring old Christian Kirk for one of them there. I like his new landing spot in Houston. I think he plays a lot early on. I think Houston has a bounce back season. And then I'm kind of high, man, on this next pick. I'm going to go ahead and take Hollywood Brown here. I know he tweaked an ankle earlier this week. I'm still high on him a little bit there. I think he could still be all right for me. So he comes next for me.
Yeah, I mean, Allen took Kirk, I think, in like round 9, at the end of round 9, or maybe it was first pick in round 10. So both you and Allen are in on Kirk, and there is good upside there. Hollywood Brown, again, this is why I have faith in Mahomes. I do think Hollywood Brown is going to open things up a little bit more and add to this offense. A healthy Hollywood Brown, right? Like he came back after getting hurt last year pretty late in the season. So I think good upside on Brown. Where was he going last year, right? Like 4th round or 3rd round. So you got yourself a guy with still good upside, good talent, and you got him in round 12.
Yep, that worked out pretty well. Such a great pick. Your texts are going off like crazy. People are texting about it, but
I don't know. He's thanking me if I didn't do anything for him, whoever it is. So such is life.
Yes. Chris Liss did one of these with you, and that's the sort of thing he would say, I think, there. But he's done 1 or 2 of these with you, hasn't he?
He's done 1 with us, and he was totally unprepared, and it was a lot of fun. It was fun being on there with him, and I'm sure we'll get another one. You know what? He might have done 2 already, but he was a lot of fun, and it was the week after you guys had met, so we talked about your meeting and such like that. So
we had a great time. It was perfect. It was towards the end of our trip. It was our last full day overseas, actually. And we got to kind of a more relaxed vibe. We were just able to hang out with him and Heather. Fortunately, didn't get to see Sasha, but still really, really fun time. It was great for him to see my girls. That was pretty cool. Because it had been probably a decade since he had last seen them. So
really? Yeah, that's crazy. No, it was good talking to him. In fact, it's pretty funny because when we used to have the Chris Liss League, the first person who always wanted to sign up was a guy named Alan Sislowski. He always wanted to be in Chris's leagues.
Yes.
And then he started going back and forth with Chris, and one thing led to another, started doing some videos with you guys. And so it's pretty cool. But Chris has always been able to fill up our Beat Chris Liss leagues for one reason or another, whether he's the guppy or people want to smack talk with him or whatever. But he's filled them up. There's
a little bit of column A, a little column B. Depends on who you talk to. In baseball, I'm sure Mike the Mouth thinks it's because he's a guppy.
Yeah.
but it might be just because he wants the attention too. So we'll see.
I think so.
Teammate,
pretty interesting there. Again, he waited on his quarterback and then got Purdy as a backup. That's a pretty good backup, I think. QB2, Brock Purdy.
Team 12 doesn't have a quarterback yet, by the way.
Team 12 does not have a quarterback.
I endorse that strategy, by the way. If I don't go Burrow there, if someone had sniped Burrow before me, unlikely because Allen was still there too, but I would have waited. I would have done like what Team 12 is doing.
Well, you know what quarterback I would take right now. My goodness,
he's still he's hovering like an angel. Yes, I know you're talking about Aaron Rodgers there, but
that's right. I just can't believe how low he's going this year. What the hell's wrong with everybody in the NFFC? Bastards,
Yeah. You know what's funny? This is kind of the area, maybe around earlier. Maybe it was around 11, but maybe around 12 or 13. I got Chuba Hubbard last year in this range a couple of times. You can still find some value. I think it's kind of interesting that you can get some starters. You can get some guys that you wouldn't expect to be that you'd be able to get because, there's really and the thing is you have to find value because it's 20-man rosters. Greg, this is one thing. My only quibble with the NFFC is your waiver wire is caca. There is no good waiver. There's like 3 good waiver wire pickups all year sometimes.
There has not been a waiver wire pickup in football the last couple of years, right? I mean, it really has not. And, I compete in our contest with Derek and Jeff and Tom and I see the same thing. There's just been nothing out there. Hey, Jordan Love teaming up with Caleb Williams. There you go, Team 11. Thanks for doing me proud there.
Yeah, he hung around way too long.
Yeah,
there's 3 others, though. I might get one of them here. We'll see.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He's QB 18. Jordan Love is QB 18. Give me a break. Come on. Give me a break. They're going to open it up.
Is that wrong, though?
Yes.
Okay, so what should he be? QB like 15, 12? Does it matter whether it's 12 or 18?
No. I mean, I think he's definitely a backup fantasy QB this year, right? Would I pick Caleb Williams 5-6 rounds ahead of him? No. Should he go in the Fields Drake May area? Yeah. I'd take Love ahead of Drake May this year. I really would. But
I like Drake May. I mean, the thing about Love is there's no running upside. It's all passing, right? And Josh Jacobs is going to get the goal line carries. They're going to there are games where they're going to throw the ball 18 times. That's kind of the reason why. By the way, team 9, I almost want to say your name just to punish you for taking my handcuff there. That's very unkind of you. But man, we'll let it slide.
You had plenty of time to take him, so
I kind of did.
And you just said he wasn't going to affect Breece Hall, so there you go.
It's just, but unless Hall gets hurt, of course, like he did last season. But
look at these Packers going around 13. My goodness.
So, what do you think about Golden versus Dubs versus Reed versus any other wide receiver on this team?
Yeah, or Kraft. You can throw Kraft in there as well. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
They're really going to just spread it around. There's no doubt. I mean, all of those Packer receivers are better in a best ball than a set lineup, right? And I don't think even the Packers know what's going to happen. I do think Jaden Reed is going to have a good third year. I'm not quite sure what happened last year. I think a lot of it's on LaFleur. I just don't think they game planned it well with him. I don't think they put him in jet sweeps and motion enough. So I think Jaden Reed is the guy who's going to lead the team in receptions. I think Matthew Golden is going to have a very good year. And I think Dobbs will have a pretty good year. But to me, I'd be highlighting Jaden Reed if I had a choice there. And Kraft has a very solid tight end, too. I could make him my starter. I could see him as a top 10, top 11 tight end, to be truthful.
We just saw our first defense go off the board, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Hey, good. I think they might be the best defense. I like what they did to their defense this offseason there.
Yeah.
Round 13, that's not too crazy.
So what's been, and I don't want to give this away, but one kicker has been going in round 13, and then Denver Bronco defense usually goes in round 14. Those are the outliers. You might see one more defense at the end of round 14, but yeah, Denver if Team 5 wanted Denver's defense, he probably thought he wasn't going to get them coming back. They've been going in round 14, but again,
Sure.
I've been seeing the kicker go before the Broncos defense.
Yep. I can buy that. I can see that happening there. Team 2 taking it down to the clock. Oh, Kyle Pitts. Probably saved me from myself.
Oh, no, you weren't going to do that, were you?
I thought about it.
Oh, boy.
Let's just say I queued him up.
Oh,
I'm going to take another quarterback that I think falls too low.
Okay.
And that is CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's good.
He's done it before. You know, that's one of the things. Like, it's not like I have to say, oh, I can only imagine what he might be able to do.
Yeah.
He's done it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I don't have any problem with that. You've got Mixon and Kirk now and Stroud. Not that you're trying to have hookups or anything. You just are drafting those guys separately. But no, I think that's a good backup quarterback for you for sure.
Yeah. Next thing I'm going to take is another running back. Although do I want to take him or a receiver? That's got 26 seconds. This is your life.
You've got 6 wide receivers and 4 running backs right now.
Correct. So probably going to go another running back, and that's what I had in my queue. Go Atlanta Falcons, Tyler Algier. There's always money in the banana stand.
A boring pick.
Very boring.
Just
viral.
To take
As a certain famous person in our industry says about me in the book Fantasyland, virulently boring. That is me.
Really? Is that how he described you?
Did you? Yeah. Yeah. That's how it was described. Yes.
That's kind of calling the kettle black, isn't it?
No, it's not the person that said it. He's certainly the person that said it's certainly not boring.
Oh, okay. The person who said it. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the author. It was.
I thought it was the author, so that would have been a little bit.
Yeah. No,
right,
but that's okay. It's just the biggest
there.
name in our industry.
Oh, okay.
It's just the biggest name in the industry that called me that, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness, that's not.
It's
nice.
okay. It was 15 years ago. It's fine.
You are not. What was it? Virulently boring.
Yes. Read the book Fantasyland. It's a good book. It's a good background into fantasy baseball and a lot of the names that built this industry and still going to this day. I'm in it. We got. I think you're probably in there at some point. Jason Gray, Joe Sheehan are in it. You guys got to talk about these guys here because they're very important people in the history of fantasy baseball. But even if like Jason, for instance, is not in it anymore, he's a scout for the Rays, but he was one of the best players ever, if not the best player ever. Yeah. As far as that goes. To answer the question, Quinshon Judkins still undrafted. So in answer to the question in the forum, yes, that is the case. Still undrafted.
And maybe rightly so too. So, all right. Nobody's taking a kicker at this point, which, I'm not saying that to put it in existence. It's just that he has been going in round 13. So
I can see it.
And once somebody jumped to defense, I thought we'd see somebody jump it on. Okay.
Yeah. It's still round 14. We still got 7 picks for a lot of people. So I get it.
No, I mean, you want depth and you're looking for guys that have upside here. What do you think about Nick Chubb now that you have Joe Mixon there? Is there anything left in the tank, you think, with Nick Chubb? It even sounds from camp that he's kind of struggling a little bit.
Let's just say I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's one of my favorite players when he was healthy. It was one of those guys like, man, I wish he was on our team instead of the Browns.
Yeah.
And I would a frequent draftee, but no, I'm not really optimistic about him this year.
Yeah, no, me either. I don't think so. I mean, just 2 ACLs. I mean, that's insane. That's just insane. So, but I feel for him to be such a good, fun player to watch, and it's just unfortunate what's happened here.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I like Woody Marks better. You spent a 4th round pick on him. I could see that. If I was going to try to back up Mixon, it'd probably be with Marks, even if it doesn't start that way to begin the season. Yeah. So then it becomes a question: how long can I hold on to him until I think he's assuming some sort of role? That's the thing is there's so many rookies that are 4th, 5th, 6th round rookies that could be interesting. Well, some are going to go undrafted here tonight. Others will be in the 17th, 18th round, and then will probably be dropped. And then you'll have to see. Like, he's got the job now. I got to jump in on him. And that's going to be the tricky part there. Even, as much as I say that the waiver wire has been pretty bad the last couple of years, every once in a while, a guy like that emerges.
Yeah.
Hubbard was that guy 2 years ago, for instance. There.
Yeah, I mean, if you're drafting early, and then we learn a lot through the preseason, that week 1 fab is very important, right? Like,
there we go with our kicker.
Yeah,
Dallas team kicker. Finally, you were hinting around at it for a while, just almost goading people into taking it.
I was. I mean, this is a guy who can kick him from 63, right? And that's 6.3 points, and he's definitely the best kicker in the NFL. And I don't know if they'll be as wild as McCarthy would throw him out there for a 65 or 66 yarder, but he's got the leg to make it from there. And so I think he's a difference maker. I have no problem taking him in round 14 here.
You are the E.F. Hutton of the fantasy sports industry. When Greg talks, people listen.
It took a long time, though.
Yeah, they're hard of hearing.
There goes Quinton Junkins, team 11.
Yep. And a couple other fallers. Jonnu Smith slipped as well because of the trade to the Steelers. That's a guy that was going a lot earlier prior to the trade.
He was, and in fact, that's Team 12's starting tight end, right? He's only got one quarterback, one tight end. So I think that's pretty good value. He certainly was going like round 10, maybe even round 9 for a while there. So end of round 14. That's a hell of a drop. The Colston
Corey Krosky-Merritt just went, and I think he's a really interesting player.
Yeah.
Did you hear why he was ineligible for most of the season last year?
I did. I saw that you got involved with that tweet. The NCAA screw up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, and probably the school as well. Probably was slow to kind of correct on that.
Unreal.
And it's infuriating to see how kids can get caught up in this and get screwed by this a little bit there, because all it took was like someone checking some paperwork.
Yeah.
And to rule him out for all but one game last year, ridiculous. Through no fault of his own. None. Just outrageous.
What university was that?
Like Alabama A&M or something like that.
Was it?
Yeah, and they transferred to Arizona, and you never know. Maybe there's a little spite there from the institution. Like, oh, you transferred away from us. Maybe this circumstances when it happened. I don't really know the background at all. I'm not alleging you did anything wrong. I'm just saying maybe there's some sort of backstory, because why else would just do your job, people, compliance people.
No, absolutely. I mean, Eckler went in the same round here. I saw a clip today of this kid, and looks like he's got quick acceleration and good moves too. So I'll be rooting for him as well.
Yeah. Henry asks, Algier over Chubb when you have Mixon. Yeah, it might have been a mistake. I will rapidly admit that. There goes Woody Marks. That's a disappointment for me. That's the one that actually bums me out. I wanted Marks, but I guess I shouldn't have said anything about Marks earlier there when we were talking. I'm not naive enough to think that people are listening to me to make their picks anyhow. These are veterans.
Yeah.
So I get it there, but nonetheless, I think Marks is the handcuff to have if you want to get anyone. And I just sometimes I don't think you absolutely have to have the handcuff.
Right.
But it would have been nice in this instance here.
Well, I mean, I think the reason you took Algier over Chubb is because, like you said earlier, you're not expecting him to make this big comeback there. And he may not be the backup to Mixon. So we know Algier's position with Atlanta, right?
Yep, we do. Harrison Butker goes. That caught me a little off guard. Now I'm up. Goes around. Is that Team Chiefs there? Is that same team? Okay, there you go.
Yep.
It might be the same team that when Tom and I were doing the show together, might have been the same guy that built a similar Chiefs stack. So sorry about that. I don't know. I took Michael Wilson, number 2 wide receiver on Arizona. Thrilled. You can tell how thrilled I am, but then again, it's round 15, 16, so you're not supposed to be thrilled. I'm going to do something a little different here. I am going to take a defense. I'm going to take the Eagles defense.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad pick because the Eagles defense, like I said, Broncos will go in round 14 and the Eagles defense will go at the end of round 14, early 15. So I think that's a very valid, very good pick, actually.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
My first good pick of the draft.
No,
Chris would like to say.
Yeah. And here, I'll just throw one thing out at you. So the Thursday game's a free luck game. You could take a second defense on your last pick if you wanted to and see how the Eagles scored on Thursday. And if they didn't do well, you could put the other defense in.
Exactly. That's totally the plan.
It seems like a lot of strategies that people do, whether with the kicker or the defenses. Chris Heibel does this all the time, and now we got 2 free look games. So
yes,
you got 4 teams that you can play with here.
Yeah, exactly. I do like the free look. This is, and honestly, Greg, this is the first time I'm doing the prime time on the second weekend.
Yeah,
I'm all maybe first time ever.
Yeah,
I know it's the first time in recent time, and my wife's coming with me. We're going to stick around on Sunday to watch games. Where do you go to watch games on that Sunday?
Well, we're near you, but we're not. You're probably going to go to Circa, but we go to the Westgate.
I was thinking about going there, actually. I'm not staying at Circa probably for so I want to be close to the draft. I'll stay at Circa when I go to Radio Row earlier. But
I will tell you, if you want to come to the Westgate with us, we get a bunch of NFFC guys, but they have a theater, a physical theater where Elvis used to, perform. And you got cushy seats, and they have 9 big screens at once. And there's 1,000 people. It holds 1,400 people. And there's like 1,000 people in there, in every play, either gamblers or fantasy players are going, ooh, ah, and it's just a constant all day. It's the best. And we got a big group of guys that go out there. So
I think that's ideal.
That'd be awesome. Come with us.
Yeah. The only thing is, can I bring a laptop there to do my work ahead of time? Because I always set, I'm answering questions, value meter updates, things like that.
Yes, you can. I mean, a lot of guys bring an iPad there to follow live scoring and such like that. So yeah, you.
All right. Well, then I think we're probably in. Just how early we'll have to get there a little early to get seats, I assume.
So they open it up at 8:30. The first game is at 10, and so we're in line at 8:30. We get there like 8:15 or so and stand in line. Then they open them up at 8:30. Okay. And we all get seats on the right-hand side there, down in the front, and it's just fantastic. They got breakfast there, cheap beer, buckets of beer. It's a great time. So
sounds like a great place to Uber or cab to.
Yes, and if you're listening, Lowy, you're buying this year. All right, you've always been freeloading. You're buying all the buckets this year.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Your speed on the type of beers too. Then I'm guessing.
Yes, of course.
A lot of Coronas for you. Is that what you're going for?
The Coronas are more expensive than the Bud Lights, but yeah, if Lowy's buying, he's getting the Coronas. No,
I'm just going to cost a RotoWire a sponsorship there.
There you go.
I can't drink Bud Light. That's a bridge too far for me.
So definitely Corona buckets are there. So.
Okay.
We would love to have you. I mean, if your wife wants to come, there's plenty of room, but it's a beautiful theater with cushy seats, and it's just the best. It really is. So
look at this gorgeous defensive run here.
I think you set it off, man. You set it off.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to when you're on the end, don't you? I mean, that's the thing. If you run the risk of not getting anything if you don't, so that's okay. There are some, there's some positive defenses there. I'll probably, do we have a fab run before first set of games? We do, right?
Yes, we do.
So I may just not take a second defense in the draft then, since I took an relatively early defense.
Yep.
Mason Taylor's an interesting pick here because you look at the Jets and their number 2 wide receiver is Josh Reynolds. There was a note on him earlier this week saying that he's emerging as their number 2.
Yeah,
guys, he's Josh Reynolds. He's never had more than 600 yards receiving in the season. I mean, I think that there's got to be someone else that catches passes, and it might be Taylor.
Yeah.
Someone's got to emerge. Maybe it is him. Maybe he'll be the guy. But maybe it will be Reynolds instead. But
it's interesting for Team 11, 2 rookie tight ends. I mean, rookie tight ends usually take a while, but boy, Loveland could be something in Chicago. And I think Mason Taylor looked really good at LSU last year in a good situation there. Looks like he's catching everything in camp. So those are 2 very interesting ones for sure.
I agree. Greg, this draft is flying. They always do. These online ones especially.
Yeah.
Sometimes the in-person will take a little longer, stretch that out. We get the after 10 pick, 10th round pick break.
Yeah.
There are no such breaks online. It's just rip right through it there. Yeah. Look how far Isaiah Likely dropped because of the injury there, all the way down to 17.1. That guarantee you 2 days, a day ago,
right?
About 30 hours ago, that wouldn't have happened. That injury happened yesterday early afternoon, if I recall correctly. I think towards the very beginning of our podcast that Nick and I were doing talking tight ends.
Oh, really?
That's when that happened. And then we got more details, obviously, throughout the course of the day.
Yeah. I mean, he's out 6 to 8 weeks. It looks like a broken bone or whatever. So, here, look at Team 11. You want to talk about 3 rookie tight ends. He takes Arroyo, who's making waves out in Seattle. So that's a pretty interesting stack there, if you will, of 3 tight ends, rookie tight ends, I should say.
Look at that. It's just 5 out of the last 6 picks were tight ends there. That's right. I actually like the Zach Ertz pick a lot. I think he's going to get a ton of targets. He was Daniel's 3rd down red zone option quite often. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with McLaurin. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Yep. Round 16 was the defenses. Round 15 or 17 seems like it's the tight ends. So, but yeah, you're looking for depth here. You're looking for some breakout guys. So like Arroyo, hey, that makes an awful lot of sense right there too. Likely, I mean, you're obviously stashing him. He's your number 2 tight end, but hopefully he can come back in 6 to 8 weeks. What does that put him? Could be on the pup list for a couple of weeks at least.
Yep, exactly. Anthony Richardson, what a difference a year makes.
Wow.
I think he's going to win the job.
Wow.
I think the Colts have to play him if not right away, they could use the shoulder as maybe cover a little bit there. If not right away, they should do it pretty quickly.
Like I say, they want him to win it, right? I mean, so they're going to do everything they can for him to win this job.
You would think. You would think.
You draft him 4th overall. You're the GM. Your job's riding on this one. It's got to work out. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Going fast and furious now. Kind of like that there.
Really
speaking of nondescript number 2s in an offense, Calvin Austin or Josh Reynolds? Who do you got?
Probably Josh Reynolds. I know Austin caught a really nice pass today from Rodgers, a deep one, but I'd probably go Reynolds.
Yeah. All right, I'm on the clock. I actually think that got a little slightly underrated kicker still available in Jake Bates. I'm going to go ahead and take him.
There you go. High scoring offense.
Kickers win championships and all. They don't. But now I can search for a little bit.
If anybody wants to ask, we're never getting rid of kickers in the NFFC. It's just part of the game, and there's a strategy to picking it. So just live with it, damn it.
Well said. Well said. All right, wide receiver or running back. I mean,
look, we're through 17 rounds in an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, this is really cruising. It's good stuff.
I like this guy that I'm about to take. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do what the quote unquote right thing to do here. I have Josh Jacobs. Marshawn Lloyd, come on down.
Come on. I like it. I like it. So again, he did not get hurt on a non-contact. It's not that he's injury prone. Last year he had the hamstring and the knee. Yes. He got kind of hit on a catch and he landed bad and then he kind of tweaked his groin. He'll be fine. Again,
he's got a groin. He'll be fine.
It's a groin. He'll be fine. Everyone's got a groin. But I like him.
Enter Dave Wannstedt with that one. He's got a groin. He'll be fine.
Emmanuel Wilson was very dependable, and I'm sure they could go forward with him. But, boy, they really want Lloyd to take a step up. And he was good at USC. I mean, you know him from USC. He was, the 2nd or 3rd running back drafted in 2024. There's a lot of upside there.
Only thing I don't like about him is the only thing I don't like about Marshawn Lloyd is the fumbles. That's one thing I'm kind of slightly concerned about.
Yep. And if he fumbles in Green Bay, he won't be playing. That's for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, Josh Reynolds just went.
Yeah. Well, you might want to scroll up your board on the screen there just to let people see these.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the call there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good call. People.
I was looking at the other board myself, but
yeah.
There you go, folks. Now you
Sorry about that, Ted. Appreciate you for saying that.
Yeah.
Hey,
got an active comment.
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Good on you, Greg. Well done.
Well, again, people ask about it. It was the pandemic. Yeah. It was definitely COVID that did it. We didn't want somebody not having a kicker because the kicker got sick. Obviously, on Saturday, there were no more fab. Another site moved their fab to Sunday morning instead of doing this. That doesn't make much sense to me either. So, but then once we had the team kicker, it was like, first of all, it saves you a roster spot so you don't have a backup kicker, right? So you got an extra roster spot for a wide receiver, tight end, or running back. And it just makes common sense. So we will never change on that either. Team kicker is here to stay.
All right. I like it. I'm actually definitely with you on that one there. Especially week 1 is the worst too. You get like last second roster cuts.
Yeah.
I'm in one league where we freeze the rosters until after week 1's complete. So we don't have a fab run before the week 1.
Yeah.
You get the wrong kicker. Well, you're stuck with it there.
Yeah. That's not good. That's luck. And to be honest, I can't even tell you the names of the kickers because it's been 5 years since I've been in a league where there's been, individual kickers. So I really like this. It's so much easier.
Yep.
You're drafting the offense, really.
I really like the pick that team 7 did, DJ Giddens. I think this is an underrated player. I that was who I was going to take if I didn't do the responsible thing and take Lloyd.
Okay. Giddens, has the backup, right? So it makes an awful lot of sense. Young kid with a lot of upside. But same with Marshawn Lloyd. He could be the backup as well with a young kid with a lot of upside. So I have no problem with that. I like Lloyd.
I do too. I don't dislike Lloyd. I just certain guys I like, and that's all. Hey, we're in round 18. If you find anything at all that you like, you take it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking for upside here. Guys that could just somehow break out, who are a backup maybe as a running back or a fourth wide receiver who could just surprise everybody during the season.
Exactly. And there's still some guys I like here, at both wide receiver and running back, and I can take what I want now. I could take a tight end. So fast makes your head spin, but I probably won't. But there is one I could take that I'm okay with if I want to get a.
All right, I'm going to ask you this since you got the free look. You've got Detroit plays. Do they play early? No, they play Green Bay. I'm sorry. Okay, so you do have the Eagles defense with a free look if you wanted to, but like you said, you could pick up a defense in the fab too.
Yeah, if they really truly lay an egg, well, then I'll pick somebody up, and it'll be okay.
Penix. So Penix, the backup for Team 12. Herbert was his only tight end there. His only quarterback there. So
Penix dropped. That's pretty good value.
Yeah. I got to ask you, did you watch the quarterback series on Netflix?
I did. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was too. I thought Kirk Cousins again. What are we doing here? But he was very good, and his whole situation in Atlanta was very interesting.
It was. It really was, and it's definitely one where I'm kind of like, year 1 was fine. But I didn't. There's a little too much Mariota for my liking. But so it goes.
Yeah, these 3 quarterbacks Goff was great. I thought he was very good too. So
fantastic. And we did have Cousins second time around. Okay, my daughter Erin really likes the quarterback, so she liked Cousins from the first time around, so she didn't mind seeing him in there. But it's a great series.
Very good, very good. I liked it too.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your feeling on your team as we get down here? What are you going to tell the boys on Sirius XM today? You liked it?
I qualified like of it there. I think it's a hard draft. First of all, it's a good room. I'm not getting some guys that I get in other drafts.
Yeah.
Some certain players that I like. It turns out everybody likes them. Who knew? Yeah. They're not my guys. They're everybody's guys. Like I could, I used to be able to get Taj Brooks in the last round, and now that's not happening. It's just even a backup to Chase Brown. If I have Chase Brown, I want to get Brooks, but even if I think that it's not going to be, it's going to be P. Ryan over Brooks initially. Brooks is at the upside play if there anything should happen to Chase Brown.
All right, I will give my
just little things
on how you feel about your team as you make your last 2 picks here. I think you're ecstatic that you got Chase and Burrow. You're a Bengals fan, so you love that. You got Jacobs, which gave you a good running back that you didn't have to wait until the next turn. You love Breece Hall, so you're feeling good about that. There's a lot of upside with Devonta Smith. You got Hawkinson, who's a solid tight end. And then after that, it's filling in, hopefully, with good reserves. So I think you're feeling good because you've got a good, solid 10 starters, right? Philadelphia is a good starting defense. Detroit's a good starting offense, kicker. So I think you feel good about your starters, and hopefully these backups emerge in better roles during the season.
Yeah, And hopefully I got enough upside plays late. There's and it's, I'll tell you what, like the rounds 11 through 20 are super important. And hopefully I've got like 3 guys out of there that I feel really good about, maybe more. That's where I felt the draft was really tough. And I have my likes, but I have to develop more likes. If that makes sense.
Yep. No, I think that's the truth, that it is won in rounds 11 to 20 because you need these guys with injuries during the year to running backs and such to step up. Again, Stroud's a very good quarterback if anything happened to Burrow. So I think you did pretty well in the last half of the draft, actually.
Yeah, thank you. I feel pretty good about it. It's fun talking through it, too. And I appreciate everybody chiming in on the forum. Hopefully people enjoyed it and got some things out of it there. And I think, someone mentioned Brashard Smith as a last round pick. He's long gone, guys. Brashard Smith is taken before all the other Chiefs running backs in camp. So that just tells you, where we're at with this. It's a tough room.
It's a tough room. It's a good room for sure. Well, I appreciate you doing this, Jeff. And let's get one more in before we see you in Las Vegas. But look forward to having you draft with us on Saturday, September 6th at Park MGM. 6 drafts at once, inducting Mark Cerebro and Jason Emmon in the Hall of Fame. It's going to be a memorable day. Awesome. And then Sunday, we are going to have fun at the Westgate.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm glad about the Westgate. I'm glad I know that's where you're going to watch games too. It sounds like an ideal location. All right, that's going to wrap up the live stream here, everybody. Thanks for chiming in. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to this and or watching this, as the case may be. Well, I'll post the link here in the forum as well, just so people can, after the fact, if they're checking it out on YouTube, and I'll do the same when we post the as a podcast. People can follow it there. Thanks for chiming in, especially Ted and Henry. Super active commenters there. Really like that. Thank you, Greg, and talk soon.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, take care, everyone.